I'm Clint Osterholtz for Queer Sense, and I'm your gay best friend who's good with money. I decided I would talk about credit card responsibility as Lynn had asked me to, so let's get started on that. The thing to remember about credit cards is that there's sort of an emotional component to finances that a lot of people don't tend to acknowledge. People don't just shop for necessities a lot of the time. People also do purchase things as an emotional response. And I think that the more we're able to acknowledge that, the more you're actually able to be more responsible with your finances. So the first thing that you should have is a budget, and if you don't have one, that's something I'm considering talking about for next time, so if that's something you're interested in, just leave me a comment below and let me know if that's something you'd like me to do. Um, Now, if you have a budget already, then using a credit card should be pretty simple. If it doesn't fit in your budget, just don't purchase it. Um, Unless it's an emergency, of course, in which case you will need it. But other than that, you really shouldn't be using your credit card beyond just for set budget amounts. Like, say, for example, you budget $50 a week for groceries, or you budget $100 a month for your cell phone. I think the worst thing in the world, although it seemed like a good idea at the time, is automatic billing. Now, I do use automatic billing for a couple things, like for my cell phone or for my Netflix account, but when I see that on my credit card, that's already something I expect to see. I also do still review all of my bills because if you're not reviewing those bills that you're having automatically paid by credit card, you may be getting hosed on something. So automatic billing is good for some things, but if you have an Amazon account set up or something like that, you may be a little more prone to impulse buying than normal. So what I would recommend doing is never save a credit card with an online vendor. If you're going to save a credit card with an online vendor, that means that you will be giving in to impulse buying if you already know that you're prone to that. Now, how do you test if you're prone to impulse buying? Well, look around your house. Do you have a bunch of stuff that you haven't used in the past 6 months? If so, you're probably an impulse buyer. I've actually memorized one of my credit card numbers because I've used the credit card so frequently. That's pretty bad because I've given in to impulse buying online. And I'd want to point that out to you. I'm not perfect, and no one really is. I may be your gay best friend who's good with money, but I still mess up sometimes. So don't beat yourself up when you make a mistake. Just learn from the mistake so you don't make it again. That's more important. When you budget for something, treat your credit cards as cash. Now, I know some people have so much self-control issues that they actually have to freeze their credit card. Now, I'd hate to judge anybody for that because it really worked well for a roommate of mine. He paid off $10,000 in credit card debt just by freezing all of them. If that's something you have to do it. Don't be ashamed of what works. Just make sure that it works. Talking about this has inspired me though because I don't really use my Netflix account that much, but I have it on automatic billing. And that's $15 that I'm paying per month for movies that I don't see that often. So maybe what I should do is take my Netflix off automatic billing so that I have to authorize the charge every single month. And that way I can consider, am I really using this? And if so, then I can keep it. But if not, then I can reduce it or even cancel it so that I can stop wasting my money. Anyway, if you have any tips on emotional control so that you can spend responsibly with credit cards, let me know. Leave them in a comment below. And again, if you have any ideas for next time's post, let me know. I'm thinking about budgeting, but I can always change that. Anyway, I'll see you next time.